All right, GM, everyone. This is Texture Finance. How's everybody doing here? How are your Fridays? Let's get some highs across the table. Benny, how you doing?
My man, GM, everyone, thank you for the opportunity for me to speak here in regards to Solana Hub. I'm doing fucking awesome, and I hope everyone can tell the same about themselves. So I appreciate the invite once again.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for hopping up, Benny. So, can you tell us what project are you here representing today?
Most definitely. So I'm here today on behalf of Solana Hub. I recently joined them as a BD. So Solana Hub is a high performance validator and an all-in-one platform. We secure close to 650,000 Solana in stake and have one of the highest APIs. On top of which, you can participate in our loyalty league for weekly airdrops. Besides helping validating transactions, Solana Hub also has the most comprehensive toolkit with a portfolio overview page, airdrop finder, and the staking site. And lastly, I want to mention that we have our very own LSD called Hubso, which has just been integrated into Texture Finance. So make sure to give that a try and earn some pixels. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Benny, for coming on and introducing the project. Really excited. And yeah, it's been great to integrate you guys. We see the volume coming in. We're excited as well to see everything that you guys are building. And damn, I did not know you were staking over 650,000 Sol. That's phenomenal. Okay, so of course I'm calling in from Hong Kong, China. So the next speaker is quite an icon from where we are right now. So we got the Chonghua Sigs up on stage with us. So who's behind the account today?
It's Darren. How are you all doing? I'm in Thailand myself, so it's 9 right now. So just kind of enjoying my evening, kind of winding down, ate some food. Excited to hop on here and finally get a voice behind Chonghua.
Yeah,
It's
man,
really exciting.
absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us. So before we get into, just a little bit of a chat, I've got some prompts and questions here prepared for you. Can you tell us a little bit more about SIGs?
Oh, of course. SIGs. Whew, where to start, man? It was deployed about a month and a half ago now. From the start, it's been a community-driven and ran project. I am the developer, but it was preceded from a real select group of individuals who kind of came together and wanted to make a project that wasn't just some, icon project, something that kind of represented something uh, of a larger culture. Um, so for me personally, I don't live in China, but SIGs or Zhonghua represent, luxury. It's one of the largest cigarettes in China. By the way, I'm in a staircase. My apologies. But yeah, they're they're the largest fucking cigarette in China, which should get you bullish, man. I don't want to compare us to any project out there. Not what we're trying to do. I'm not going to say any names, but we are yeah. Laugh how you want, but I've been.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, I'm just
No, no, no. I just wanted to chime in because I thought you were lagging for a second. But
I
yeah,
100%
man.
am.
No, no,
Thai
thank you so
Wi-Fi is
much.
not doing me well.
All good. Oh, you should move to China. Our Wi-Fi speeds are faster. But yeah, please feel free to continue. Sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, no, the space has been spotty. I just sat down, so I think it's a little bit better for me here. But yeah, we're really a community-driven project that is trying to push something that's more than just some singular meme. Trying to innovate and build with the community to develop and make very creative, both mimetic content and to both bridge the East and the West. Really, I think there's like a disconnect there. Because I am originally from the West. I was born and raised in the western coast of the United States. Um, and I think a lot of people don't really understand, unless they're, traveled or have spent time in the East, um, that there is a huge, how do I say this? both disconnect culturally. Sorry, I'm like super fucking tired right now and embarrassing myself on this space. Let me do a quick little reset. Just gonna keep it real.
No worries, man. Do you need a second? I can talk a little bit about texture finance, and then you can collect. Yeah. All good, all good.
My apologies.
Yeah. No worries, no worries. All good. It's 9 p.m. You know, I know we try and cater to the American time zone, no matter how much we say we're trying to push the Eastern culture on. You know, at the end of the day, we're the slaves to the Western schedule. Late night spaces for all of us all the time. Okay. Yeah. So for the people listening in, thank you so much for joining us. You know, I know there's a couple of different communities listening in. We've got the Hub Soul community, the Chonghua, the SIGS community, as well as the Mimani community. So welcome all of you. So we at Texture Finance, I'll just give a very, very quick and brief pitch for what we do. We're a peer-to-peer lending platform. So basically, if you have, you know, bags of these meme coins or coins in general that you are very proud of course. I mean, you're a part of the community, right? You're a holder. And you just kind of want to fuck around and find out, but you don't want to sell your bags and you want to increase your liquidity. This is where Texture Finance is for. So you come up on here, we give the highest LTVs on Solana, and you're able to borrow USDC or SOL based off your meme coin bags. Speaking of meme coin bags, we have Brandon down here in the audience. GM, Brandon, and we've got Crypto Asian. So we've got some big SIGs holders down here in the community as well. Welcome, guys. Love to see some representation. But yeah, that's it for Texture Finance. You know, we'll be pushing out some more educational content, you know, throughout the next couple of weeks. So please drop us a follow if you're interested in Solana DeFi. And if you don't know what terms like LTV or maybe terms like collateral and loans are scary for you, drop us a follow. We'll make it a lot more accessible for you. And we've got a pretty exciting announcement coming out in about 2 hours' time. So 12 p.m. EST or 12 a.m. Hong Kong time, and of course 11 p.m. Thai time. So yeah, I'll give my time back to Chonghua. SIGS, you were saying, bro, please tell us a little bit more about SIGS, how you guys, you know, what the project is really about. Then we'll get into the history a little bit more later, which we'd of course love to hear about.
Sure, yeah. I needed to get a little stoned, man. I've had a long day. I need to chill out. You know, maybe smoke a chungwa. Maybe I should go outside. That will help me. No, but SIGs, yeah, man. It's hard to describe in a single sentence. You really have to come into the community and feel what we're building over here. You know, we represent luxury. We're a luxury product. We're digital nicotine. Even if you don't smoke, you can come and literally own a cigarette on the blockchain, which is crazy. You can own digitized nicotine. You know, I know there's a lot of people who kind of don't like cigarettes, but you don't have to fucking smoke to be a part of Tonghua. And yeah, I'm stepping out right now to smoke one myself.
Thank you so much for narrating the entire journey. I feel like I'm there with you.
Yeah, I'm nonchalant. I hop on spaces. It's just been a very weird and wild day for me. I'm very happy and excited to be up here and talking with all of you, and glad to represent Chongwon. Not to be bearish in my first approach, but no, yeah, I see so many SIGs holders down there. I do want to give a shout out myself to Crypto Asian and Brandon. They're both doing a huge job in both helping me onboard and make connections in SIGs, which is rad. And they're both based in the East, which is awesome. So thank you guys for being here and showing up on the space. It means a lot to me. I've been having I'm coming off a jet lag, specifically here in Thailand to actually, I'm doing networking with another Solana project in here to make some IRL content for SIGs, which has been awesome. But yeah, sorry, I'm kind of a little off track.
All good, all good.
If you have questions regarding prompts, bro, feel free to throw them
Yeah, no, obviously it's a vibe space. So Benny, please feel free to hop in anytime as well. If you want to just join in on the fun, smoke up, or if you don't, that's perfectly fine too. Please feel free. It's a safe space here. It's a safe space. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. Really appreciate it. And I think the first question, of course, I think the most general one would be about Solana, right? I think the conversation at the moment, especially because it's really relevant right now. We've seen the Bitcoin ETFs, pop off earlier this year, and just last night we saw the Ethereum ETFs pop off, which is phenomenal for many of us here. But what about Solana ETFs? You guys think that's going to follow suit anytime soon? What do you think that means for meme coins on Sol? What do you think that means for your community? Why'd you guys choose Solana in the first place? Would love to hear your thoughts. Please start us off, Sigs.
Yeah, I mean, there's no definitive on that Solana ETF, but I think what the Ethereum ETF gives us is it's bullish. It should be bullish for everyone who's operating in the Solana ecosystem. I think Solana is it's so much farther ahead in both onboarding newer crypto users and UI that I don't give a fuck about the Ethereum ETF. All it tells me is that more people are going to become coming to Solana and interacting with the Solana ecosystem. So
Yeah, let me jump in real quick, but I absolutely agree with those thoughts. I think the UX and UI is unbeatable on Solana, and in general, just these two ETFs of the two biggest coins before Solana being approved brings more people in general towards crypto, which is great because as soon as they stumble into Solana, feel those instant and almost free transactions with an amazing UI and UX, that's what they are going to recommend to their friends and not the $50 gas fee ETH or the L2 solutions. So personally think in general that's great for crypto.
I think it's really good for things like TextureFi, things like what you were Benny, what you're doing. It's just gonna give more fucking course more volume to meme coins, but I just think the meme coin and the whole meme atmosphere on Ethereum is so much more behind in innovation. They have the volume, there's a lot of liquidity there, they're leading the market in a lot of that. You look at Pepe, etc. But I look at builders here, like what TextureFi is doing, and I'm a lot more bullish on the tech here.
Oh, without a doubt. Our team is absolutely goated, like a bunch of goddamn giga chads. They're absolutely killing it. So what we're pushing as well in a couple of hours is a loan extension. Name me one other platform where you can be kind of worry free for 2 weeks after taking out a loan on your meme coin bags. Not worried about liquidations and just having a good time and increasing your liquidity, trading more. So there's just so many ways to get around it. And I think Solana generally is just really dev friendly. It's user friendly. It's just a great chain to be on holistically. And I think we're definitely going to see a lot of interesting use cases pop up over the next few months, if not the next year, especially in Hong Kong here as well. There's a lot of conversation around the implementation of it with DeFi, with just regular finance solution as well. Who knows? Perhaps an integration with Visa or MasterCard is on the way. Fingers crossed. If it is, maybe Chunghua, you can partner up with them, and every time we buy some SIGs here, we get a discount. The possibilities are endless. So it's pretty damn exciting. But so what about you guys personally? What are your personal backgrounds within Web3? Were you guys always in tokens, or did you kind of maybe start in another ecosystem, get exposed to Solana, and then come in because you love the place, you love the community, the culture, or were you maybe already in the Solana ecosystem, but primarily with NFTs, and then slowly came in the way of tokens?
Personally, it's been a long journey. It's been 2 years for me, and I migrated from being an ETH maxi to Solana, and I wouldn't call myself a Solana maxi now. I'm versatile. I use every single chain. If there's money to be made, I'm gonna be making that money. But I was so devoted to ETH. I literally would make fun of people for using Solana, and this is like when Solana was probably $17. And I was ignorant. I was naive. for sure. I could admit that. I got to humble myself there. I thought I knew everything, but oh God, I was a little child. And look at me now. I've developed my own Solana coin, which is, yeah, thank you. I mean, it's awesome. It's cool. I didn't think I would. I'm versed in developing. I was doing development work on ETH, but moving on to Solana, I think it goes back to my last point. Solidity, not really my thing. I like Rust. I like Sol. For me, it's a lot more straightforward. And I don't know. I'm rambling, but I wouldn't go back to doing any development on ETH. I have no interest in it at all.
Yo, so me personally, I actually started on Tron. That was the trending topic back when I started, and then tried BSC, then finally landed on ETH because that's where the money was being made. And I was also on ETH Maxi, mainly trying to flip JPEGs because in 2021 that was extremely trending. And I think I came over to Solana exactly because of an NFT mint. And I remember straight off the bat, as soon as I started my first transaction, did a transfer, so how it's almost free and instant. I was like, right, we're moving over the back. So I moved over, and then my next venture was DeFi. There's a ton of meme coins and coins in general in DeFi, and I think there's a very deep connection between DeFi and meme coins, especially in liquidity provision. And just wanted to quickly jump back on or circle back why the ETF in general is good, or why I think Solana is primed for success even without an ETF, is exactly because of the builder mindset we have right here. For example, Texture, you guys thinking of the solution for loan extensions even before there's a ton of requests for it, and you're thinking of it like ahead of the game, and you're going to ship it. Like we at Solana Hub, we have a comprehensive portfolio overview page where you could view all of your massive 6 holdings if you would like. So this kind of builder mindset is not really what I see on ETH and other chains. It's more of the chasing the money, chasing the bag. Right here, it's all about building.
I just think I don't see the same type of stagnant energy that is on Ethereum. I'm not just trying to shit talk ETH personally, because I mean, I still probably have some ETH NFTs if I went and looked at my MetaMask. I don't know where that MetaMask is. What browser that is even in anymore, but.
Yeah, I mean, feel free. It's a safe space, right? So it's a Solana meme coin roundtable. Who knows? Maybe down the line when we change our platform's integration into Ethereum as well, then it'll be a completely different tone and conversation. But until then, it's a safe space. But yeah, thank you guys so much for sharing. Of course, it's really nice to see your personal stories as well. Me personally too. I started off with Solana NFTs, and it's been interesting to see that how over the last year the attention has gone more into tokens and whatever value propositions that a lot of people saw with NFTs, whether that was the community, the building of the culture, maybe getting behind, one particular idea. So I guess for OK Bears, that could have been, that whole Wagbo mentality. For D Gods, it was that sort of country club sort of motto where you felt like you were a cool frat bro. And now you have that same value prop coming in within meme coins, and that's been really lovely to see. So speaking of which, finding this origin, this idea that you're building your community on. So both of you have had, I'm sure, very different approaches to it, right? So Benny, you at Hub Soul, you guys are bringing, Solana Hub, sorry, you guys are creating something that's more infrastructure based, while of course Sigs, you guys are creating something that's more culturally oriented. So we'd love to hear more about how you're able to curate that community. Just whether that's engaging with that community as well, making them stay, expressing the value prop, especially for something that's so locally cultural. You know, SIGs may be a big deal in China, but how do you sell that to someone in the United States or someone, you know, across Europe, that they should come and join, that they should, you know, at least also take some time out and look into the culture? So we'd love to hear from both of you on this.
Benny, I can go if you want to go.
Yeah, feel free to go ahead. I will go after you.
Um, so onboarding, man, I think for me and with SIGs, you bring up a really interesting point, which is that lack of understanding regarding FOMO, and how do you make that connection? And I think something that's been super important to me, which I think any project founder or team member can agree on, is like listening to your core community, and actually taking in their feedback and building upon that. As a culturally significant meme coin that isn't utility centric, you know, like, what's the point? A lot of people ask that. Why be here? Why bid this? But that shouldn't even be a question. Like, you have to experience it. And with SIGs and bringing people into that community, how do you get them into the Telegram? How do you get them to bid? Man, I've really had to rely on just reflecting on my main core community members. Like, I wouldn't be here without the people that like brought me here. And I look back at other meme coin communities. One that's like significant to me, that's not based on Solana, but it goes back to kind of like my history in crypto, is like Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu, which was, if you guys are familiar with that, HPOS, it was a very large Bitcoin, ticker Bitcoin. They were dead. Nothing. I remember being in their Telegram and watching their community build that up into what it is now. And so I think teams can, you know, do as they can overwork themselves, they can overextend themselves, but what matters is like listening to your community, because they're not going to want to bid your coin, they're not going to want to buy, they're not going to want to use your product unless you're actually like building upon their feedback. I don't know, sorry if I'm going on a tangent, but
No, I love these little you know, high tangents from the SIGs account. I think it's very fitting. You're absolutely on brand. So thank you so much for sharing. Benny, please.
Yes, sir. So as for Solana Hub, well, I actually started out at Solana Inception. So in 2021, it's actually OG, and our founder Amir wanted to create a place where users can learn from and have that hub feeling of Solana. And I think that's one of the core value propositions of Solana Hub, is that we build community through education. Me personally, I used to be a big thread writer, not so much today, but gonna get back in the game, I promise. But what I've experienced is that through great pieces which provide useful information in an easy to understand way, that's what people want to read. And if you make content that they want to read at that something that they learn from, they are going to stick around, come by, be active, ask questions, and that's how a community is being formed, because then they are going to invite their friends and support others to have their learning curve be more faster. So that's one of the core value propositions. The second, which I loved hearing from SIGs, is the building atop of user feedback. That's, I think, is the key. If you don't do that, is in Web3, then you are done. Like, users will just simply abandon your product and just leave you there. And really awesome thing at Solana Hub is that we have a crack dev. Honestly, I don't know how I can praise him more, but he's shipping things daily, and every time there's a Discord message from a user, if it's a problem or a feature request, he's the first to jump in there and ask how he can best assist. So tools being built for user requests and education being provided in general about meme coins, Solana tokens, and DeFi. And I think the combination of this can be a strong foundation for any community.
No, absolutely. We completely agree and resonate on so many of those things that you just said, especially I think the educational angle is extremely important, right? As we see a lot of people kind of experimenting, trying out new things, like we alluded to earlier, right? We're seeing people try out DeFi for the first time, try out, different use cases, applications on Sol. And as people just build new shit, there is a hurdle to overcome. And it's up to people like us who are luckily in a position to teach newcomers, and I'm sure as people taught us that it's our burden to bear to help educate those. So this is my chance to shill a little bit more of Texture 5. So if you want to learn a bit more about Solana DeFi, we will teach you. So drop us a follow. We're pushing out a shit ton of more educational content. And going off one more thing that Benny said, that listening to your community and building, absolutely. I think that's absolutely spot on. For every community, everything in Web3 is just so, in a manner of speaking, it's so intimate, right? It's disgustingly intimate, where you are so in touch with all of your users, whether that's your whales that you may or may not give white glove treatment to, or even to your small time users. Everyone is extremely important because everybody has a voice within the ecosystem. They have a voice in your community, so it's important that you understand what their user experience is like. You change up any part of the user experience that may not be ideal. So whether that's for us, we got some feedback that people weren't really understanding what the pixels were for when you do transact volume on Texture.fi, and we understood that. So we're going to be pushing out some more comms. And speaking of which, I think might as well give a little bit more alpha to the communities listening in here, and those will be listening to the recorded version. So we will be, let's see, what can I actually say without getting in trouble? We'll be doing some level of rewarding our users. I'm pretty sure that's pretty self-explanatory. And it won't be just one time. We're planning on doing a couple of things that I think that our OG users will really enjoy. So we are in our OG season for Pixels right now. So you'll get like a boost in the Pixels points usage. Brandon, stop laughing at what I'm saying, man. Crypto Asia, come on, guys. Sigs too. But yeah, just hop on in, check out the platform, have a good time, learn. And if you have any feedback for us, we're all ears. We have a Telegram group chat, which is pretty lively. People are always sending in feedback. And I think that's the kind of model that a lot of communities like Solana Hub, like HubSol, like Sigs have adopted. And that's the way we should definitely continue. But yes, okay. Speaking of launching and do's and don'ts, what sort of advice do you guys have for any communities, or sorry, any project devs, or just degens looking to kind of launch their own meme? So a couple of weeks ago, we had the whiff, some of the whiff holders here, like some of the whales from Dog with Hat, and Edward, I believe his name was. He was suggesting that if you're launching a coin, make sure it's based on some really big meme that doesn't require any leap of logic. I mean, what is Sigs all about? Sigs about something that's in the habit of so many people across a billion, of a country with over 1 billion people, and it's part of the culture. It's part of everybody's daily habits. You see it everywhere, so it's a pretty much of a no brainer. A dog with hat. It's a silly little dog with a hat. So what sort of advice do you guys have, whether that's from a cultural meme point of view or an infrastructural point of view? Would love to hear from your guys' ends.
I have a perfect acronym for you. It's KISS. Keep it stupid simple. It really is true. It's as simple as that, which is unfortunate. And for me personally, an issue that goes back to your last question, that is something that I've ran into, which is, keeping people actually involved in your project and like having them an understanding, because SIGs has a different level of complexity than I would say a lot of other meme coins. But at the same time, like you said, it is stupid simple. That it's SIGs. You're smoking digital nicotine. But I do think that is really something that I've kept core to myself is KISS. You keep it stupid simple, because if you overcomplicate things, then or make it obscure, then I think you're bound for failure. But at the same time, you look at some stuff that breaks that mold, like for example Retardio stuff, even Milady, that they broke that. They broke that level of KISS of keep it stupid simple, and they defined themselves and made that shit concrete. So if you can do that, if you can break the mold, if you can make something and you're like, shit, this is gonna be so cool that people are gonna fuck with this for a long time, then do that. But that's like taking a leap that you could lose liquidity real quick because it's not cheap to launch a project.
Yes, sir. Just elaborating a bit more on that. Definitely is like keep it stupid simple. Make sure to choose something that's easy memorable that can stick around. People that can things that you can put after any GM. That's a crucial counterpart of Web3. So if that doesn't happen, you might miss out on a big part. And I think just in general at the beginning, you need to achieve a state where it can be fully community driven, and in a good way the control is taken out of your hands. So you work so hard at the beginning, it turns into exponential growth, and then you don't need to hassle so much about promoting it or integrating it or just dealing with all of the social stuff. Just make sure that in the very beginning have a solid plan to run it up to a point where it can sort of go by itself. I think there's a lot of help for this that you can get in Web3, like easily. If you get integrations with platforms, there's an incentive for both parties to promote that, but there's also more use case for the holders. And as soon as you integrate with as many platforms as you can or partner with any projects as you can, then the growth can be exponential, and from then on it's game over. That would be my general advice.
Oh, fantastic advice from both of you. So if there's to anybody listening who wants to launch a project and learn from these two gigabrains, I think something very, very, just a quick acronym again, it's KISS. So if there's one thing you learn, it's how to KISS on this space. You're welcome. Only on Textrify. All right. So we've got a couple of the Me Manny people here. I think Mickey is a little busy, so if for the Me Manny community, if you could go raid his DMs or something, bother him to at least join us for the last few minutes, that would be fantastic. Thank you. Please go spam him. Yeah, we'll be waiting. But anyway, let's get into some more specific questions. So, Hubsol, you guys just set a new record, right, for the Loyalty League airdrop? I think it was like, what, 6,000 wallets? So what do you see about the entire airdrop meta? How is that going to develop in maybe the short or longer term future?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, it was almost 4,000 wallets, which is also an all-time high for us. And what's really satisfying, thank you. And what's really satisfying, and it costed less than 2 Sol. So once again, thank you, Solana, for being so cheap to airdrop money for less than 2 Sol for people. I think the airdrop meta and the whole points meta got oversaturated a little bit. Obviously, there's a fatigue in people, and I think as projects starts like newly launched projects continue to create new airdrops and points, it's not going to get any better. So I think whoever started it should definitely finish it, because overall it's a great way to reward your users if you're doing it smart. For example, a good idea like the bridge. They are just on Jupyter Launchpad right now for voting. They grant you points on the amount of fees you pay for bridging. And I think that's a really simple way, because that actually shows how much users contribute to the platform. As for Solana Hub, I think what's really crucial is that we don't have an inflated points metric system or anything. We do have loyalty points, but it's based on the actual amount of stake that you have and the boosters you add, but it's not continuously going up like every day. Like if you have 10 Sol, then 10 Sol stake, then it's 10 points every day. It's like a fixed system which has been working for the past many months with great payout. So I think that's one crucial thing. But I see someone up main account just jumping on as well. So Amir, if you want to say anything, feel free to hop in.
Hey guys, no, actually you said it perfectly. So nice to meet you all, and sorry for interrupting. GG.
Thank you so much for hopping on, and thank you for sharing. We just pinned the new record up on the space, so guys, please go take a look. Show some love to the Solana Hub tweet. Yeah, so I read through your timeline a little bit more, your feed a little bit more, and I see that you guys are pushing out or have pushed out a new notification feature, and of course the most exciting thing is the integration with Texture as well, which we've also pinned onto the space. Is there anything else you would like to share with our audience here?
I think Amir, that's definitely up to you. If you wanna drop some alpha bombs right here about the features you're gonna ship.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, the goal has never changed. Basically, on board DeFi, the best DeFi on Solana, the one with the most liquidity, high volume, trustworthy, audited. This was always the goal. This will continue to be the goal. And this is it. I can't share much about the roadmap because it's not public, but a lot of things are coming.
Alrighty, that's awesome. Super excited. So please, guys, go drop Solana Hub app a follow and turn those notices on. We're excited for what's coming next. All right, next, let's move on to SIGs. So new logo, right? First off, congratulations. That's fucking awesome.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. So what else are you guys cooking?
Oh, you know what? I don't want to get in trouble myself, but I guess I'd be self-punishing.
It's okay. It's okay. Just say you're high. No problem.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
What do you mean get in trouble? What are you on about?
Hey, why don't you speak some Cantonese, huh? Let's hear it.
喂，收皮啊！仆街，屌你老
Oh
味！
my god. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff cooking. Number one, logo redone, nice and clean. We have a lot more memetic content that's going to be pushed out. I'm here right now filming in the streets of Thailand, getting people to smoke, tasting these really, really nice plum cigarettes. I'm doing my job. On chain, I don't want to talk a lot about it because it's going to be really exciting when I do the major announcement, but I'm really excited for what's coming. I'm NFT, something like that potentially. Yeah, I'm building art every day, which is what I love to do. And I'm also gonna come to Hong Kong probably. So if I go to Hong Kong, I might pull up on TextureFi. I might be a little terrified though because they're gonna be force feeding me some ham water, but that's okay. I'm excited to try the ham water.
Bro, it's all right. Ham water is all right.
Yeah, it's the first things, like I did not expect Brandon to come up and start swearing in Cantonese. Yeah, yeah, 仔點解咁啊? So
收皮啦，屌你！
and then there's the SIGs account shilling another coin. That's pretty cool stuff, guys. Like that's some proper Solana love, and we're here for it.
Bro, but especially like it's because it's like the Chinese culture. Like we respect the Chinese culture, you know. So ham water, Maltai, all that. Like we love them, you know.
Yeah, that's really interesting, honestly. So nice of you to join in with us, Brandon. Welcome. So this kind of goes off, to the rest of the panel here too. So we're seeing like a bit of a resurgence, not a resurgence, I guess, a surgence of these Chinese cultured coins, and they're taking over Solana by storm. So why do you guys think that is? Like, well, what's happening? Crypto Asian's down there. He's just happy that his bags are pumping. But why do you guys think this cultural phenomenon's taking place, and what's next?
China's everywhere. That's all I'm gonna say.
Really, yeah, China is everywhere. It's the truth. It's gonna invade your blockchain. It's gonna invade your Phantom wallet. And if you are not on the right side of the bell curve, then I'm sorry for you, bud.
I also think it's funny as fuck honestly, and it stuck in your mind. I first heard Ham Water like months ago from Crypto Asian. He's been posting it on Twitter always, I'm having Ham Water, posting it in chats. And I just read it so many times. It actually stuck in my hand, and I started saying it. I started writing the ticker. I even wanted to try Ham Water, so it's like funny as hell, and it stuck in your head. So that was one of the things that I said. What you want to look out for when you launch a meme coin. That's an aspect you want to achieve.
Sigs is the dessert to every meal. It should be the dessert to every single the dessert, the appetizer, the aperitif, the just the thing that you get the food taste out of your mouth with.
Yo, did I tell you I actually tried it on Saturday?
And how was it?
It was actually pretty good. It was not bad. Like Crypto Asian like gave it to me. I was like, oh, all right. It was actually not bad.
You know,
I actually quite liked it.
I'm the person I'm staying with in Thailand right now does not smoke cigarettes at all, and I brought packs, and he
Bro, but he's going with it, huh?
he smoked 2 packs of them already. It's been like 3 days.
What a wild man.
He's like, these are the best cigarettes I've ever smoked. I was like, that's bullish.
You should tell him for every cigarette he smokes, he should sweep a little bit of the floor on cigs, and then go take out some loans on Texerfi so he gets some liquidity at the same time to buy even more cigarettes and cigs. Right?
Oh,
That's just a
God.
double, triple
I
win.
can't believe you let it stand.
Yeah, I'm very bullish on Texturify. I do want to give you some praise. Um, like love what you guys are doing for the space. I think everyone here is so early to this beautiful tech. Just wait till more and more, actual refined projects come out. Who are they going to come to? Texturify. Like it, it should be that obvious to you all.
No, absolutely. Thank you so much, Sigs. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the love, and we're really excited to integrate more coins. So, speaking of which, so everyone here in the audience, if you have ideas about coins that you think we should integrate into our platform, if you think there's some communities that are popping off and they deserve some representation, please feel free to DM us or rate our tweets. Trust me, we read every single reply. And we'll do our best to bring you on. That's how we found out about Sigs. That's how we found out about Mimani, and I'm sure there's many more to come. All right, Sigs, one final question for you. Earlier, you said something about potentially going down the route of NFT. So that's interesting because a lot of NFT projects, they come out, they mint, and then they drop a token. You're doing it the other way around. So what's that entire experience and journey like? And honestly, also, why go down that route?
That's a great question. I think it's just something that's evolving by itself. I can't really say because I didn't make that uh, decision so linearly. It's something that's kind of branched into its own thing. And I would never want to make your run of the mill NFT project. That's like not what I would ever do. So don't expect that if an NFT does come out because it's not going to be that. What's up, Brandon?
Yo, so was any of you in that space, the Avengers space, this morning?
No, I was not.
Okay, so it was basically like D Gods, Pudgy Penguins, all Azuki was there,
Oh, by the
Ego
Newman
was
Group, right?
there. Yeah,
Yeah. What about it?
yeah, so I was there like listening in, and they were talking about bringing the whole like NFT cycle back, and like they want to work together all together and just bring it all back. And I think like us, if we do go down that route, going NFTs, you can't really escape NFTs. Like they're always going to be there. That's how I basically started my journey in like Web3. Like look at my profile picture. I started as a cat, and like I'm still a cat now for like 2 years. And I met all these people. Oh, shut the hell up! But like, I met all these people, and yeah, like I just feel like NFTs will come back one day.
I don't think
So
they ever left. Like you saying, you've been using the same fucking profile picture for 2 years, so never left you.
yeah, but like the hype has of course died down, right?
Yeah,
It
no,
all
but
went to like from like what's the next mint to like what's the next ticker, you know, like
Yeah, agreed, 100%.
so
I
we have
think
to bring that back.
I think that's very bullish though on the longevity of like NFTs. It like that whole pump and dump and just it felt like a recycled puke fest of literal Fiverr art sometimes. Like I don't think that should be the what we define as the bull run. But I think NFTs are really powerful in like self representation, like you just said, like having a profile picture, having something that on chain like defines who you are. So that's why I don't think like they're never going to go away at all.
No, I couldn't agree more. Even we, at Texturefy, we've definitely experimented with NFT-Fi as well, and we've got meme coins. And of course, if and when the NFT season ever comes back, you can expect Texture Finance to be there. So right now, you can get liquidity off your meme coin bags. Imagine off your, illiquid JPEGs as well. We got you. So we got you on either front. All right. Solana Hub, you had your hand up earlier. So what did you want to share before we go over to Crypto Asian who just joined us?
It's just an opinion. I think that in every bull run, NFTs is like the opening season. I mean, if you look at 2017, when just like the NFT idea was introduced, and then in 2020, and then I think the middle of 2023, it always feels for me, maybe it's only me, that NFTs are like the opening season of the bull run. And as long as we go inside the bull run, the NFT value goes down. But maybe just me.
Yeah, that's an interesting take because it depends on how you value it, right? I think that speaks to the psychology of the collector or the flipper. Do you value it in terms of like, are you stacking your Solana or are you stacking USD, right? So maybe
Yeah.
the USD volume goes up, but Solana price goes down. So who knows?
Yeah. I guess you can look at like that, but you can't ignore that the volume goes down as we go into the bull run.
Why do you think that is?
I think that at the beginning of the bull run, all of us looking for the front running assets. But in the middle of the bull run, it's pretty obvious who's like ruling this run, right? Like if it's a WIF or bonk, and in the middle of the run, we has this sense that maybe it's WIF is the dog token of Solana, right? So it's a bit of like testing, and in the middle of the bull run, you have some assumption is who's winning the game. So then everyone goes to this winning assets.
Yeah, I see what you mean. That's interesting. Yeah, honestly, this is my second ever cycle, so it's going to be exciting to see how that theory plays out. But definitely, like the dog coins are absolutely dominating at the moment. Speaking of which, rest in peace, the original Dogecoin Doge. He just passed away yesterday. Sigs, why are you laughing, man? Like you're supposed to sad
It was
react.
the wrong emo. It was the wrong
Yo,
one, my
yo, yo,
bad.
yo! I might have to dump my SIGs now. You know that was wild of you.
I don't know. We're kind of double guessing our integration of. No, I'm just fucking with you. We're so excited to get Sigs on our platform as well. To have your community use our platform too sooner or later. But yeah, super pumped. All right, so we're moving towards the end of the space. So I'd like to move to give the mic to the guy who just joined up on space. We got Crypto Asian. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up? I just got this random invitation.
Dude, I had to bring you up. You were reacting too much. You were so invested into the conversation. So please.
Bro, I was, I mean, how can you not laugh at Darren's speeches? He's high as fuck, man. But
I love you.
yeah, I love this space so much. I mean, Texture is trying hard. Texture is trying so hard to balance between the information dropped by Benny and also the generosity from Chonghua. But I love this. It's a good mix.
No, thank you. Of course, you got to get the two sides of the coin, right? That's Solana. You got the builders and you got the community and the culture. And yeah, I would love to see it. And I think it's both, right, Benny? Yes, you guys are, at Solana Hub. You guys are building an infrastructure-based coin, but at the same time, you are part of the conversation when it comes to ham water or SIGs, and you're well aware of what's going on within the community, within the culture as well. While Chonghua SIGs, you guys are killing it from the meme and culture angle, but at the same time, you're thinking long enough to think about, okay, we're going to be maybe launching an NFT down the line. What would, not necessarily utility, but what would be the point of it, right? Darren here is getting us all excited by, okay, it's not going to be just another NFT project. He clearly has something in mind that he definitely thought of when he was high. So we're super excited to see what exactly is the fruits of that labor. But all right, cool. I think we're going to open up the stage. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to request to speak. Hop on up and ask your question. Until then, it's a free for all. So if there's any last couple minutes you guys want to share with the communities here that'll be listening in on this space, I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of people listen back on it. So please share your news, your announcement, anything else that you would like to tease. The time is now. I guess not. I think everybody has shared everything. All right, perfect. Yes, Solana Hub. Thank you.
By Habsol. That's it.
I just want to say, if you're not following any of the people that have taken the time to come speak up on the stage, if you're not following Textrify, what the fuck you're doing? If you haven't checked out Benny and what they're doing over there in Solana Hub, you should. Yeah, do your fucking part.
No, absolutely. Follow all these legends up here on Space. It's been a great conversation. Thank you all so much. When we first started, we thought it might be a slightly shorter space because we usually have more speakers up on. But honestly, this was such a casual, organic vibe, and we're closing up on an hour, but the conversation was rich. It was funny. It's been a great time. I wish we had Mimani here as well. Mickey is an absolute legend. He always brings the energy whenever he comes up on Space too, but I'm sure he has a good reason. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming up. Really appreciate it. We do this a lot on Fridays, every week or every 2 weeks. So if there's a coin community out there that you think we should cover, please let us know in the DMs or on Twitter. If you are interested in Solana DeFi, please drop us a follow, turn on notifications. We've got a really exciting announcement dropping in about an hour's time. Yeah, so drop us a follow, listen in. We've got some fun stuff planned for both the makers and the takers, and I think it's going to be a good time. It's going to be Solana summer, and we're all fucking ready. LFG.
So just to reiterate, what time, Hong Kong time, will that update be?
That will be midnight Hong Kong time. It'll be 11 p.m. your time, sir.
There you go. Beautiful.
Absolutely. And one more final thing.
He's not going to be there.
Oh, I know he's not going to be there. I was just about to say a piece of alpha that he dropped for anybody who's willing to launch a project. If there's one takeaway from this space, it is definitely how to kiss. So what is it? How to keep it simple? No. What's
keep it simple,
stupid,
stupid,
yeah.
or keep it stupid, simple.
I like the second one. Keep it simple, stupid. That's pretty nice. Okay, great. So have a good time. Be part of the culture. Be one with the builders. That's Solana for you. If you're into Solana DeFi, please drop us a follow. We're going to be having some fun. If you have a lot of meme coin bags as well, please drop us a DM and let's figure out how we can work together. All right, LFG, have a good one. Have a great weekend, everyone. Take care.
Appreciate, sirs. Bye.
Thanks for having us.